The podcast is back. Welcome to Tasler Guide Service. Join along as my guests and I dive into our outdoor adventures, share some laughs, and of course a few beers. A new episode will be released every other Friday at 5 a.m. I hope you guys have as much fun watching as we did making it. That's a good sign.
Yeah, there's a lot of shad.
Ed was telling me there's wipers in here.
There is.
Is there?
Yeah. Dead crappie.
That one's easy to catch.
Yeah, it sure is. Didn't put up much of a fight though. Yeah, they've been stocking them in here for a long time. I've caught 3.
Really?
Yeah, out of the 13 years I've been fishing.
Not very good odds, you're saying?
I don't target them. They're all over. They don't sit still.
No, they are definitely a mover and a shaker.
Yeah.
Be nice to come down here and try to ice fish for them.
Yeah.
And kind of get up on them.
Never found them.
Yeah?
Never.
You ice fish this quite a bit?
Oh yeah. It's one of my favorite places to go.
I can see that.
Well, it's really easy too. It's close.
Yeah.
And I know right where everything's at. Struggling somewhere. I know I'll catch fish there.
That's right. I know exactly where to go. I got plan A, B, and C already locked in.
Yeah. And the good thing is not many people fish this.
Yeah.
So I come out, my spot's always open.
I'm used to going for miles in a straight line back where I'm from.
Yeah, it's all grid.
Yeah.
Every 160 acres there's a turn. Something like
pretty
that.
much.
Go to Tennessee, it ain't like that.
No.
You're curving 4 miles to go 1.
Tennessee, Alabama area, we go down there in the spring. It says the gas station's 4 miles away. It may take you 20 minutes to get there. And it's not from traffic.
Like that. It's like river miles.
That's pretty much all it is. You just ride along the Tennessee River.
I would love to fish that though. Oh my God.
It's awesome.
It's so deep.
Yeah. And at any chance you have a 100-pound blue or an 80-pound flathead could show up at any time.
And hell, those are stripers down there, aren't they?
Yes. Yep.
Nice 20, 30-pound one of those.
And you know right away if it's a striper or a cat because they just start peeling line off.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Should be a brush pile right about here.
It looks like a brush pile should be right about here.
This is the only shoreline that's got rocks.
Really?
Yep. In the whole lake.
So was Tropian, is that the first species?
Yeah, whatever. There's really big bass right here.
Okay.
A lot of channel cat. Lots of bluegill up along the bank. The gar come in later at night.
Well, let's catch us a bluegill and then we'll get some channel cat rods out.
Yeah. I just don't want to throw my anchor in that thing.
Yeah.
I just got a trolling motor actually. Never had a trolling motor before.
Yeah?
It's got spot lock on it. Sweet.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, spot lock is unreal.
My dad's gonna love it. He doesn't like being an anchor man. He just wants to sit in his chair. I don't blame him.
No.
Me neither.
Not at all.
Somebody brought worms, didn't they?
Yes.
That's probably your best bet.
I figured it was a must-have in situations like this. While it's kind of quiet, before Cory catches his first fish, do some introductions. We're trying this once again. We had Cory from Talley Cory Talley, on a podcast that did not turn out audially, so we decided to retry it at a local lake. That's what they call them all?
Yeah.
They're stocked by DNR. And we got Ed Brown on once again. Ed's a local guy where I'm from, loves fishing. He's out all the time. He watches Talley go, so he wanted to meet Cory. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity. He gets to catch some fish, do an on-location podcast, and have a good time. I brought the grill. I brought some brats. We're going to have supper. We're going to get some fishing in. What rod do you want, Ed?
Just one of the green ones.
One of the green ones? Yeah. I'll give you both green ones.
That'll work too.
Yeah, just in case one doesn't catch them. You know,
That's right. This is Cory's boat. What is this, 18?
2070.
2070. Awesome boat. Nice, wide open. All room for activities.
Got a tent, everything.
Yes. You can fit about 4 cots in here.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
It makes it nice.
Yeah, mine's a 1860, so it's just a little tight.
Yeah.
But it sure is nice on those shallow rivers getting around.
This one's surprising. If you keep the weight out of them, oh man, this one with the floor, the capacity of the floor keeps it out of the water.
The uplift, yeah.
Yeah. You get a bunch of people in here and it changes the...
Yeah.
I'm the wrong guy to have to keep the weight out of.
There is a weight capacity.
And it's probably about 4 tons. As much floor space as you got.
That saves you from lugging yours around, you know?
Yeah, which I haven't had mine out since I went to Wisconsin with Spencer and met up with Scott Monroe from Jurassic Plastics. We met up with him and fished for a weekend, did some camping. That's the last time I've had my boat out. I canceled a guide trip because the flathead kind of took a crap on me, and they were really tuned up for flathead. I couldn't talk them into a channel cat trip, so I didn't want them wasting their time or money.
That was in Wisconsin?
No, that was in Iowa, but that was the last time I had my boat, was that trip to Wisconsin. So it hadn't even been out for a couple weeks.
It's tough to get out when you ain't got no water to put it in.
Yeah, when you got to drive an hour and a half just to get it wet.
Yeah. That's a bummer. I really hope this doesn't go for another year. I have big fears of...
I don't know if anything will be left next year.
It's going to turn into a freaking desert.
Because I'm pretty confident we had a big winter kill last year.
Yeah.
And conditions are even worse this year. So anything that survived last year, I'm not liking their odds.
No.
So if anybody wants to have a guide carp trip next year, I'm your guy.
Right? Gar and carp.
Yep, we got plenty of them.
They're fun to catch.
Started a guide trip, or a guide service, right in the middle of a frickin' drought. It's not the best business plan. Then you have the economy taking a tank this year.
Yeah.
And I think I scheduled, let's say 25 trips total. And I had 3 canceled just because of money issues from, you know, the change of the gas prices and cost of living. And
everything involved.
yeah. Which I get. I mean, I can't blame them there.
That's too bad.
So what's been keeping you busy, Cory?
Work. Man, I really wish I could have got out a little bit more well, I still can. It's not too late. Fall is probably my favorite time to get out and fish.
And last time we talked about it, but you're a kind of a finesse car guy, right? You do body work and fine-tuning cars?
Well, I used to. Now I just tell people to do stuff.
Well, that ain't bad.
No, it's not.
Easier on the joints, for sure.
Until you get to, I don't know how to do that. So, oh man, now I gotta do it. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. Used to build cars for Mecum Auction, actually, before Mecum was big. That was a lot of fun. You take a lot of pride in something like that.
Yes.
But can't do everything forever, I suppose.
No, at least not the good stuff. It always seems to go away.
Yeah.
The bad stuff sticks around, but the good stuff seems to fade a little bit. What about you, Ed? You been out much lately?
Not hardly at all.
Ed's going in for knee surgery in 2 weeks, so
yeah.
he's kind of been lame duck for a while.
Taking off work and stuff for that, or?
Yeah, just a couple weeks, I think.
Nowadays, hell, they do the surgery and an hour later they force you to walk across the freaking hospital.
Which is good. I don't want to be off too long.
Yeah.
I want to get it all taken care of and rehabilitated before ice fishing.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. It's all you need to take a slip on the ice with
a
freaking new knee.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I think last time you asked me if I had any trips booked. By gosh, I do.
You do?
I do.
Awesome. Where are you going?
Thursday morning, actually. buddy of mine they had a guy cancel. There's 4 guys going out. And he just called me and, hey, we got a spot. Missouri, we're going to go fish the big waters.
Nice.
And try and catch some blue cat.
There you go.
Never caught one before, but boy, we're going to try.
That's the spot. That's for sure. And they've been fired up, at least in the area Spencer's been going lately.
Yeah.
He went, actually he's running guide trips this week, but he went out and pre-fished last week, and he caught, what'd he say, 400 and some pounds of fish in 6 hours.
Lucky.
The top 5 were like 280 pounds combined. Yeah. Yeah, he had a couple, he had a 66, a 60, a couple 50s.
These are all blues.
All blues.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't imagine catching one of those.
It's awesome. And there's no guessing if you got a bite, because it doesn't matter if it's a 5-pounder or a 100-pounder. Your rod's just bent in half and they're just going.
Kind of like what a wiper does. They just steal it.
Yeah, they just grab it and frickin' go.
Huh. Oh, I got high hopes. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we're leaving Sunday morning, so.
And the weather should be pretty consistent.
Just like it is here. High 70s, mid 70s.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
You're gonna have a blast either way, for sure, but.
Yeah, getting away from my phone.
Yeah.
Gosh dang. It's
Sometimes that's all you need for a good trip.
Yeah. It's like the shop falls apart when I'm not there. I don't know what to do. Oh my God.
I left 15 minutes ago.
What do I do about this?
You get a camp out there?
We rented a house.
Did you?
Yeah.
Awesome. That takes a lot of worries away.
Yeah. It's 5 minutes or 5 miles from the boat ramp. So should be pretty good. Never done anything like that before.
It's good to get out. It really is. It just kind of, especially sounds like you're going with some buddies that you know.
Yeah, known a long time. One of them I've only met once, but I mean, a good friend of mine hangs out with this person.
He vouches for his character. Yeah.
Growing up in a small town, it's like you don't hang out with people you don't get along with.
Ed, you got any ice fishing trips coming up? Well, depending on your knee, of course, but usually go somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get out camping with Trevor at some point.
Do some ice camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get Trevor on here. We always talk to each other and try to get a podcast going, but
Yeah.
he works nights, so
Yeah,
it never works out.
I think about that every time, and it's like, it's so impressive how much he gets out and stays camping, and he works night shift.
Yeah.
Well,
How do you do
that
that?
guy doesn't sleep.
He must not.
He doesn't sleep.
What a good dude, though.
Yeah,
He's a real
he's
good
fun
dude.
to hang out with.
I've only met him a handful of times, but you know, you can just tell a guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, is genuine. And
We might catch a fish. Never know.
last time I was here, you caught quite a few of those
Yeah.
little bluegill.
Yeah.
And I don't think I got a bite.
Yeah, it drops off just kind of how you see it there.
Yeah.
So
So that's probably
they tuck up onto that shore really tight.
okay.
Those bluegill do. And it's funny because I never would have known this was here if the water didn't drop down.
You
Yeah.
saw the tip of it?
Yeah, it covers all the rocks. You can see where the where the
yeah.
banks washed away.
Yeah.
It's up in that.
Oh,
Normally, water started dropping. I'm like, oh, there's rocks over there. Brought myself a little cheat sheet because I'm not much of a talker.
Well, we can't really depend on Ed to spark a conversation
Well.
either. He's kind of a quiet guy.
Right?
But remember, Ed, last time you were on, you're like, next time
Yep.
I'll
I
be
did.
more comfortable and I'll talk. Because I think the last podcast Ed was on, he maybe said 7 words.
Yeah, I didn't. That's
I get
crazy
it.
too, because I knew everybody there.
Yeah,
It's easier just to keep your mouth shut.
It is.
it is. Absolutely. Do you walleye fish much?
Not a whole lot. I kind of get lucky
Yeah.
fishing for something else, or for some reason I don't like walleye that much to eat. They're probably 6th or 7th on the chain of.
Yeah.
The last one I had at a, a certain body of water that had a lot of shad in it. It tastes like shad.
I can see that.
Well, that's what they're eating.
Yep, that's what they're eating by the bucketful.
I was like, man, I'd way rather eat crappie
Yeah.
or flathead or bluegill.
As far as eating, I think bluegill would probably be my favorite.
Yeah, it's
good.
up there. It's one or two.
If they weren't so much harder to clean than a crappie.
Yeah.
Crappie, you know, you get a lot more meat out of
Yeah,
it, I guess.
the bigger one.
Than a bluegill.
Yeah.
Like if you clean a crappie and a bluegill the same size, you're gonna get twice the meat out of the crappie than you are the
You
bluegill.
gotta clean 1,400 of them.
Yes. By the time you get them done, you don't even feel like eating it. It sucks.
6-pack later, I'm full. They're good though.
Yes, they are. It's almost like a buttery flavor to them.
Yeah,
They have like a sweeter taste to them.
my mom used to cook them in butter. She'd
Yeah.
throw a whole stick in a skillet and just little fillets and fry them up that way. And oh, they were so good.
How could you go wrong with
They were
that?
so good. And then she put in the morel mushrooms. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, really? You don't like them?
I throw up. I'm allergic to them.
There's a lot of people that are. My trapping partner Jay, he's definitely allergic to them. My dad, I see my dad have a couple reactions over the years too. Not every time, but enough where he wouldn't want to eat them.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was, and so I tried them again, and just a little piece.
Yeah?
20 minutes later, it comes back up again.
Yeah.
I'm done trying that.
Yeah. I'm slow, but not that slow.
Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are not a lot of fun, but puking and shitting is
Yeah, that's
if I could avoid it, that's one thing I'm gonna do is avoid that.
yeah. Mom ain't there to take care of you no more. It's just,
Yeah.
what'd you do last night? Nothing. I ain't gonna admit that.
Yeah, that's right. I cried a little bit.
What's your favorite fish to catch, Ed?
To catch, it'd probably be channel cat. I like catching those.
Well, that's a lot to do with where you fish, so
Yeah.
that's pretty much our sport fish back home.
Yeah.
You know, flatheads are with the river so low, flatheads are hard to come by.
Mhm. That's just kind of surprising answer, because boy, I get tired of catching those. Go out river fishing, I'm catching a bunch of small channel cats. Like, gosh, dang it.
Get out of here.
I think the biggest channel I caught is almost 9 pounds.
That's a nice one.
That is a nice one.
It was like 8.7 or something like that.
Yeah, those are fun for sure.
It seems like I catch
And
those
then-
big ones on night crawlers.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was
Mostly.
caught on cut bullhead.
I catch more of the big ones on like lakes like this than I do
Really?
in the river. Yeah.
My next favorite is probably smallmouth.
Yeah.
That's up there for me too. I love
It
them.
doesn't matter what size they are, they're just fine.
Sure are. I was out wiper fishing. While I was catching them, I seen them. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go over there and fish for those. Caught dozens of them, and I could tell when I caught a smallmouth because that thing just fought harder.
Yeah.
Lot harder.
Yeah, they spaz out. Pretty crazy.
They're sideways the whole time,
Yeah, they're not gonna give up.
jumping out of the water. I'm seeing numerous. It looks like channel cat on the bottom.
Really.
Yeah.
Well,
I
maybe
caught-
If you can get a worm
I went
clear
with
over
Spencer
there.
on a guide trip and caught a wiper. That's the only wiper I've ever caught.
Really?
That
Yeah.
thing surprised me, man. I was like, oh.
Was it a bigger one?
It was a nice one. But the way it fought is
Yeah.
unreal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you experience it, you
Yeah,
really
it is.
don't.
As
No.
soon as they hit too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on right away.
First time I got to experience the blow-ups like you were talking about where they show themselves, I was down in Kansas and we went down there for a blue cat trip and the sun was just coming up and they started exploding right outside of camp. So you literally throw anything that's white
Yeah.
or silver and,
Yep.
and here they come.
hmm
As soon as it touches the water, your reel just melts.
Yep. I found that if you're fishing them, I'm not that experienced with fishing them like some people, but if it doesn't matter what you throw out there, like you said, as long as you move it really fast to where they think it's going to get away,
Yeah.
they hit it.
Oh yeah.
They don't like it having control over what they're feeding on.
Well, we went with Spencer. We chased the blow-ups, and then we parked and got on the bank, and he's in a lot better shape than me. He's like, run! I'm like, what? He's like, run! I'm like, oh,
I'm
shit.
paying for this? What?
What are those, ferals?
Yeah. So
Where
we
were
was
those
running-
channel
We was
cat at?
running across the rocks.
I'm just seeing them
Everywhere?
scooting by, yeah.
Huh?
They swim around this structure here.
Are you in here?
I'm straight down.
Okay. Well, if anything will do the trick, it's old Nightcrawler.
Right?
So is there anything on the list for your trip, Cory, that you need before you head out? Because I probably have it.
No. I got a lot of stuff too. I think we're gonna try and catch our skipjack there.
Yeah? Yeah, whatever they're feeding on is usually
Yeah.
the best bait.
We're going early before we get in that house or whatever, so we could go hound the people at the local bait shops. Sometimes when you tell them you're from out of town, they give you a little bit more information.
They do. They do.
They're not so stingy on it.
Are you guys going to troll for them, or what's your plan?
We're thinking of bumping,
Okay.
but we're not sure. It's new to me, it's new to them.
Bumping's a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never done that.
we'll probably end up sitting still a lot too.
Yeah.
We really don't know what we're doing down there, but can't be much different than up here. Tactic wise, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, it's a lot of wing dams, fishing behind wing dams
Yeah.
and current breaks.
Are all those there because of the barges
Yeah.
from the waves?
Yep. Just to control erosion,
Yeah.
keep the channel open.
Makes sense.
And behind every wing dam, you're going to find a hole that's usually loaded with, silver carp, and then you got your blue cats underneath, and then on past that, you'll have a secondary hole, and a lot of the times that's where the big blues hang out,
Yeah.
is that secondary hole behind the wing dams.
From what I was reading too, you want to basically crappie fish for these skipjack,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, and they're fun. They fight. It's a pretty good time.
Hopefully we figure something out quickly. That's just
And the lures I've had good luck on them are like an iridescent. They have like a rainbow colored tail
Okay.
to them, and kind of like a clear iridescent. And that seemed to work the best for when I was fishing for them anyway. But they're pretty aggressive when they're fired up.
probably get addicted to catching those. Come on, man, catfish. I'm having fun.
I've caught 27 fish in the last 12 minutes.
I'm skunking you guys. That should be a good time. I don't know.
Anytime I take a trip, I just always want to catch a bigger fish than I could have caught at home.
Yeah,
That's my number one plan. And anytime you're in the Missouri River, you got that chance.
yeah. And my buddy says he's been there before, and they went down there fishing, didn't catch nothing, but he said he got out on a other river that was coming in. So they went up on that river there, took the boat or whatever, and got out on some sandbars, and he was finding points.
Yeah.
Arrowheads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like one right after another.
Huh.
He's like, we gotta do some of that too. So that sounds interesting as well.
I'd be on board with that too, yeah.
I've never found
That's
one.
awesome. I haven't found anything confirmed. I've found the smooth rocks that look like
Yeah,
tools, but
or something that looks like it's been worked.
yes. But I've never found anything I could positively say.
Trying to figure out what could this be used for.
Yeah.
I got a niece that lives down in Southern Iowa. She finds that stuff all the time.
Really?
Yeah, she's found like tomahawk heads,
Oh, wow.
things like that. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Fish on.
Got one? Ooh, it's a nice
Crappie.
crappie. Don't be like my brother, and I take him to my good spots, and he outfishes me. It's not a bad white crappie there.
No.
It's an eater.
I do have a fillet knife in my kit if you guys want to eat.
You can use them for bait too.
Don't do it. I don't care what you do with item.
Throw it back if you want.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
That works.
On the board.
Yeah.
The only other time I did a on location podcast, we caught a 27-pound flathead. So,
Yeah, that was at night too.
yeah, yeah.
Cause I watched that podcast and then I didn't know you stayed there.
Yeah, we ended up staying after, well, till about 1:30 in the morning probably.
Oh wow.
Because we caught that one. We were going to leave at midnight. We caught that one at like 11:30. And he's like, no, we better stick around a little longer. Because he came all the way from Kentucky
Yeah.
to fish.
Is
So,
that the only one you caught?
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, that's kind of up around where we were fishing. That's kind of norm. If you get one, that's
Yeah.
usually about it.
Yeah.
How many states does he have left?
I think Iowa was 27, and I think he's got a
Wow.
couple more since. He kind of took a little bit of time off. They had a whole bunch of funds build up, and then I think the price of gas kind of was
Yeah.
more than they had planned for, so that cut back on it. So he had to go to work again, and then I think they go to Texas every winter. So he's got a place that they camp down in Texas. So I think next spring he's going to start and knock off a few more states. That'd be fun. That'd
Yeah,
be
it would
something
be.
I definitely want to do in the future.
Just travel around and fish.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
travel around and fish. I had an uncle that did that once he retired. He was a welder. Once he retired from welding, he just traveled,
Yeah.
lived in an RV, and wherever he wanted to go, he just went.
That'd be cool.
It takes pure dedication.
Yes.
A lot of people can't leave everything behind. You're just up and I'm doing this.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just going. See what's around the next bend.
Kudos to that though. You don't really realize or find yourself unless you make a decision like that.
I agree. If you're in your comfort zone all the time, you never know what you could really accomplish.
Yeah. Should have kept that crappie.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that the channel cat hasn't found a night crawler yet. Hard to catch them without bait on.
You gotta set the hook.
Life lesson.
Yep.
Well, there's got to be something in a brush pile that likes night
Oh
crawler.
yeah.
doesn't there?
I went over it. I seen a few in there, but I don't know what they were. But probably crappie.
Probably.
Yeah, there's nice bass up in them rocks too. Probably caught five pounders this year
Nice.
out of there.
Yeah.
Springtime.
Little pre-spawn bass fishing.
Yeah. And then post-spawn dude. My son, he likes to go fishing for, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My daughter's the same way.
I'm not catching anything, Dad. I quit.
You always make sure there's a playground anytime I take
Yeah,
her.
Yeah.
And then we'll fish for 10 minutes and then go play for a half hour, then fish for 10 minutes. That's usually my bait trips though.
Yeah.
Usually fish till we do the rotation till we get 20, 25 baits and then call it a day.
Yeah, if he can swim, he's fine. He loves swimming.
Yeah.
Just always wants me to swim with him.
I'm fishing.
Are you gonna get in the water, Dad? No.
No, I am not. How old's he?
12.
12?
Just turned 12.
Yeah. My daughter will be 12 in October 9th actually, so.
A lot of buffalo in here.
Yeah.
Big buffalo. I don't know if you were. I've never seen blue buffalo.
Really?
They're really blue,
Huh.
and they got like they're grippy. Like they have these little like it's probably normal, but pimples all over their body.
Really?
You could grab that fish and just shake it around like this. It's like
That's
palm.
weird.
It's really weird.
Huh. No, I've never seen that. But the only buffalo I've caught's been out of the river.
Yeah.
And I caught some big ones this spring with my son, but
They're always fun because they'll hit a jig.
oh yeah, they'll smoke a
Yeah.
plastic or anything.
It's weird because I thought they were all carp. called it a carp, and somebody commented on a video.
Yeah.
That's a buffalo. Oh, buffalo carp. No, buffalo. What's the difference?
Didn't mean to insult his mother.
Difference. So I had to read up on that, you know.
Yeah,
So I can call it proper species.
that's right. It's amazing how many comments you get like that.
Yeah, I know. You either just don't have to care, or you just don't care. Force yourself to not care, or really watch what you say.
Yeah. Which my audience is so small, you know, I get most of my comments are, you know,
Yeah, kudos. Good job.
yeah, questions, you know.
I'm the same way. Lucky to have like 500 people watch a video, you know.
Yes. Yeah, I'm about the same way. I had one blow up. I had a couple thousand views on it.
Yeah.
And then the next one, 300.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, damn it.
my best video is of putting a console on my boat.
Oh, really?
Wasn't even fishing. I guess more people like to search up how to build a boat than they do to.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to watch it because that's my winter project. I'm going to move my console up to the front.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just so I got more room for camping trips and stuff.
Is it a side console or?
Yeah. Yep. And it's a little bit further forward than what yours is, but I'm going to move it all the way up to
Yeah.
the deck. Just open up the back of the boat. For guide trips, it works out a lot better.
I can see that. There's the spot.
That's the honey hole.
Yeah, don't be shy. Oh, I don't know. Just need to say something.
Turns out the fish don't agree with you.
Probably not.
I cannot believe I have not got bite on a night crawler.
Yeah, they're down there.
Is this a no wake lake?
It is. But that don't deter
Yeah.
everybody.
Which
unfortunately.
in the springtime I've got a no wake lake close to me, and that's I always take my boat on its first maiden voyage of the year
Yeah.
there and
Cleared out.
go clear in the back and open it up a little bit.
I've done it, but there is this guy. He keeps coming down here with a jet ski. I see him. I don't know, not regularly, but
Yeah.
enough. And he flies around the shores and leaves.
Before anybody says
Yeah,
anything.
right.
As long as he's not, you know, running by the kids that are.
Yeah.
Because we saw several on, you know, what are they, paddle boards? Is that what they call
Yeah,
those?
those stand-up
Yeah.
things.
So as long as they're not running over the kids on the paddle boards and stuff.
Well, they must not be biting.
It does not appear. Kind of like the last time I was here.
Yeah.
There's this great lake I live right by. Come on over.
Well, as long as I can't count on you coming back.
Yeah. I sent a message to the fish. Ryan's coming back. Let's tight lip it.
Uh-huh.
Which that's been my luck lately. It went from hot to nothing. Like I said, I even canceled a guide trip because I just
recently?
I wasn't confident enough to make them spend the money.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I had some questions about that too. I mean, where I know I'm going to catch fish, I wouldn't want to take a client,
Exactly right. Yeah.
no matter what they paid me. You know,
Yep.
especially if they live nearby or if
And I would
They're
say
familiar.
probably 75% of my clientele are out of state.
really.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
awesome.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
it's awesome.
So
You
they
have
ain't really
zero
coming-
worries about that.
Yeah, they ain't really coming out here to fish your spot.
No,
You know.
no, they just want to learn a new strategy or
Mhm.
hang out or.
Which I guess that's what I would do. Last ice season, we went up to, me and my brother, hit a bunch of lakes up north. First person we got a hold of was Kevin Paul up there
Yeah.
at Clear Lake.
Yes.
And stayed in one of his ice castles, whatever, which was pretty fun.
That's a fun lake.
Yep.
It is. I used to do the yellow bass bonanza every year.
Really.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
And he'd kept blowing up my phone. I'm like, okay, all right, he's a guide. He's trying to help me catch fish. That's why he's calling me so much. It took me a little bit to figure that out.
Yeah.
Hey, come out and check it, because he'd go out. He's fishing too.
Yeah.
All over. Hey, check out this. You know, I'm at this spot and go out there and catch some crappie. You know, or go over here and catch some more crappie. And I told him, I said I like catching crappie.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat. But yeah, I've never been back since.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we used to go every year, at least once a year. Have you ever been up there, Ed? Clear
I
Lake?
have not.
It's a fun fishery. Now the perch have kind of taken the yellow bass's place. Like there used to be a crap load of yellow bass everywhere. Now there's a crap load of 3 to 5 inch perch. I don't know if it's kind of just a cycle or.
I don't know. That's better than yellow bass.
Yeah, I agree. If they ever get some size to them, I think they're just kind of overpopulated to where they're stunted at this point.
Yeah, that could be. There's a bunch of yellow bass in here too.
Is there?
Yeah. There's everything in here.
Now I really can't believe we haven't got bites. If there's yellow bass in here,
Yeah.
they're
right?
pretty aggressive usually.
There's flathead in here too.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep. This place was, I think I might have told you, they call them borrow ponds. They dig it out to build roadways, to build the levee, to build the train tracks. So this is really old. I've talked to numerous older people that used to come down here before this was even a park or it was fenced in, coming in here illegally and fishing and stuff like that back in the 70s.
Yeah, that was the best fishing around.
So, yeah.
That's when you were fishing for supper.
Yeah. Yep. So it makes sense. There's and then there's a couple tubes that when the river gets real high, it dumps in and fish can go back and forth.
Yeah, that's a beautiful place.
It is.
Yeah, we don't have nothing like this up around us.
No.
It's nice like this.
No, our state park average depth is about 6 inches. There is a spot that's about 5 or 6, but that's about it. Some small bluegill, get some crappie in the spring,
Yeah.
but nothing like this. But it hasn't been stocked. They used to stock it with channel cat back when I was in high school.
Is that a lake?
Yeah. So it's pretty much just a place for people to camp now. It's not really a fishing lake per se.
Sounds like a quabby.
Yeah. But it's always full of campers. I don't know why people would go there and camp, because you can't catch anything.
There's a lot of people who just don't fish.
anyway.
I know. I don't understand it. I will never understand it.
I would never go camping and not fish.
I know it.
No way.
That's why the girlfriend wanted me to get a camper. I'm like, why?
Can I park it by the river?
Yeah. Will it fit my cot in it? Because I'll take you to the campground, then I'll go sleep on a cot somewhere.
Right. I never took fishing seriously until probably when I started watching Spencer's videos when he had 300 subscribers.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I could do that. Yeah. Okay. It takes a certain type of person. You know, you got to be likable. You got to have the right things to say. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you got to fulfill your goal.
And that guy lives it. You know, there's not many guys that sacrifice as much as he does for fishing.
I bet.
I mean, he's on the road all the time. He's never home. Even when he's home, he's on the river.
Yeah. I can about imagine.
Yeah,
He's probably got the most understanding wife I've ever met in my life.
Lucky.
I just came to the conclusion that she doesn't like the guy. I'll stay married with you if you're not here.
Couples that sleep in different beds. Oh, we're fine.
Yeah, we're all right. Yeah.
It looks like it.
No, she's awesome. She is a avocado scientist.
Really?
She works for a company out of state that they send her research, and she writes up all the research and on health benefits and uses, and so she's
Just strictly avocado.
avocados for
God, I
one
love
avocado
avocados.
company.
They're so good. Man, there's like an old saying. There's an ass for every seed.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
when it comes to work or scientists, that matter.
Yeah, great lake you got here, Cory.
Yeah.
Can't wait till it's 20 below and I come here and fish with you.
I could have got a crappie at the pond.
Yeah. I drug Ed all this way to catch that monster crappie. What a beautiful place, though. It's awesome.
It is.
Got a heron sitting on the stump out in the middle.
He sits there a lot.
I bet.
There's an ox tree that sits on this branch. One of these two. I don't remember which one, but oh, there's a fish going along the shore. See that?
Yeah.
He'll scare the shit out of me because I don't know he's there. And I'm fishing, and he'll come down and just right by me, swim away with or fly away with a fish.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was
That was awesome.
Well, I ain't catching shit.
Jerk.
awesome. Yeah. I didn't even see that one there.
Well, before it gets dark, I'm going to get broth going.
Do it to it.
Don't want you guys to be hungry.
Just when I thought I was fasting.
Got jalapeno cheddar and queso.
Oh, the Johnsonvilles?
Johnsonville's.
Yeah, those are the best ones, in my opinion.
I've never tried the queso ones, but they can't be horrible.
No.
Fish.
I think your fish finder's broke.
This one's actually off my kayak.
Yeah?
It's a lot better of a one. So I put it on. I actually put this on 2 days ago for the trip.
Well, I feel privileged now.
So hopefully it ain't broke.
It's on demo mode.
You know what? It could be.
There's fish everywhere.
Holy cow! The pole did something funny, but I think the boat's moving.
Well, at least they didn't go in the water, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, got that going for you. There's a lot more suspended fish I'm seeing driving by. There's
Wipers coming through.
swimming by. They look smaller. I have never figured those fish out.
Yeah,
I get lucky
they
on
just
the river.
move
Yeah.
so much.
Get lucky on the river, but man, I cannot figure those out on the lake.
But what a blast when it all comes together.
Yeah.
And it just dumb luck. The only consistent I've done on a lake is pulling creek chubs under a bobber.
Really?
Just kind of drifting around with creek chubs under a bobber. And
Huh.
a lake closer to me, we did that. Spencer and I did, and just hammered them.
Wipers?
Yep,
Really?
yep.
I can imagine they eat about anything, just because they can.
And as much as they swim, they've got to eat
Oh
often. Yeah, just to keep the energy up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my goal this winter, is to get one through the ice. I've been talking to Kit. And
He's the guy.
he does it pretty consistently.
Yeah.
He just got a new boat.
I seen that. Finally came in. I think I ordered this one, kind of like what he did. He ordered his new. I ordered this one new, and I didn't see it for 2.5 months. But hell, he waited for 4 or 6 months or something.
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different world now.
The cars are even worse.
Yep.
You want to go buy a Suburban with a special package or whatever you want, you're waiting like 10 months to a year.
Wow.
If they don't have it on the lot, you're waiting.
That's crazy. And it can't be chain of supply or supply chain anymore, can it?
Yeah, I don't really know what it is. I couldn't tell you.
Just the world has shifted.
Yeah.
It's not for the better, in my opinion.
No.
It has shifted.
As long as I can keep fishing, everybody else can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
You ever ice fished a river before?
I haven't. I've speared in a river where you cut a big
Yeah.
trough and then a bunch of your buddies go upstream and chase them down. You spear carp and gar is what we speared, but It was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. But that was in a spot where I knew it was calm, and you know the ice was probably 8 to 10 inches thick.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have any reservation about it. But the problem with me is in my area, the places where the fish stockpile in the wintertime
Yeah.
is right below rock dams.
Mm-hmm.
And the ice is so sketchy and unpredictable underneath there that I just don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah, you bucker up pretty good.
Because me and Ed were talking, if it's sketchy at all, I just don't go out.
Yeah.
You know, it's no fish is worth taking an ice bath
No.
to me.
No, it's not. And you think you're a strong swimmer. You think you got it figured out if you're going to fall through the ice, but
Oh man.
boy, you don't. You
And
never
then
know.
struggle to get out.
Yeah.
And then once you get out, then you're exposed to the cold temperatures, and you only
You
have
gotta get
minutes
back
to
to
get
the
somewhere to
vehicle.
get warm.
Get off the ice. Stick to the ice.
Yeah.
I don't even like going when it's like 20 below, because I always think, what if I get back to the truck and it won't start? Because
Yeah.
by the time you tear everything down, you're cold,
Yes.
dragging shit back. So sometimes I won't go. I definitely won't go by myself.
That's my flaw. I go out by myself a lot.
Yeah.
Put myself in some pretty precarious situations. And
You look back on it,
thinking
you're like,
like,
God damn
I
it.
am so stupid for that. I'm such an idiot. Had close calls. I used to have this little 13-foot V-nose boat. I think it was a 64 Duratec is what it was. Actually.
Yeah?
Really stout, small boat. And just got this 15-horse motor. An old 1950, 54 15-horse. But
Back when they could build a
It
motor.
was fast. It was fast for a 15-horse. I'm flying up the river, hit a freaking rock. I'm assuming it's a rock. And it kicked it sideways, and that boat just started doing a circle.
Oh.
And it flipped over so far, the water was coming up the gunwale, and I was going out. And that water pushed me back in the boat. What a dummy. I could have went out, that boat could have went
Yeah.
around and just killed me.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely right. Yeah, it's amazing how things work out. Because, like you said, if it was your time, it could have easily happened
Yeah.
right then.
Split second.
And then you come out without a scratch.
And it didn't even do anything to the motor. I couldn't believe it. Just kept going.
Just cleaned the crap out of my pants and carried on with my life.
It's hard finding people to go out with you sometimes.
It is.
Yeah.
People you trust or
Yep.
Ed and I talked about that. You know, a lot of people don't think the way that we think. You know, especially if I'm going out on a flathead trip, I might as well just bring something to camp with, because
Yeah.
I'm not going home anytime soon. You know, and you get out there and people want to leave at midnight, or you know,
that's
they-
always a bummer. And
start-
you're the ride.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's not a lot of people that are as passionate about it. You know, they like to go a couple hours.
Yeah.
A
yeah,
couple hours. Why even go?
You
yeah.
might not have
I-
figured anything out by then.
Yeah. Which I don't figure shit out anymore.
I'll leave that figuring for them other people.
Yeah.
There's a giant school of shad when you're right somewhere.
Yeah, we was talking about people that say they want to go, and then come time to go, they're like, nah, I'm gonna stay then.
Yeah,
Yeah, that too.
plan a whole
Pisses
trip
me off,
around it,
man.
and then. All right, guys, the jalapeno brats are done.
Oh boy.
I've got ketchup and spicy brown mustard. I got potato salad and a pea macaroni salad. So I'll get you guys plates and silverware.
Macaroni.
It sounded good.
It is good. Is that high V or fairway?
Fairway.
Yeah, they're both good.
I went to Hy-Vee the other day, and they had like 10 different potato salads.
Yeah, they do now.
Look, I just want potato salad. man.
Yeah.
A potato salad
Yeah.
will work. All right.
They're them gar on the bank now.
I see your shad jumping.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
gar
there is.
along the bank.
All right. Well, here's each of you a plate.
Appreciate it.
Again, I'll get out the ketchup and mustard. was hoping my cooking would get interrupted, but
Yeah, that's always the best thing to do.
yeah.
Just enough so it don't get burnt though. It's happened to me before. Oh shit! Forgot about that.
Yeah, it was one of the guide trips I was on. It was an all-night trip, and every all-night trip I do a steak dinner.
Really?
I'd cook them a ribeye and either asparagus or green beans or something.
That's awesome.
So they got theirs done, and we caught the first flathead. And I got half mine cooked, caught a second flathead. So by the time I got to eat, it was 12 o'clock at night. But it was all right. It was well worth it. Well, I'm gonna cook these other brats just because I got them. But
you got one on here? Why are you underneath the boat all of a sudden?
well, the boat's turning for sure.
Yeah, but you were over there, weren't you?
Yeah.
I didn't think we moved that far. That's probably the boat. I'm just hopeful.
I don't feel any movement.
Yeah,
per
the
se.
boat is moving pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that wind didn't have to pick up if it didn't want to.
I mean, I didn't ask it to, but guys, dig in.
Yep.
I'm gonna cook these other brats just because I got them.
Yeah.
But
Hey, you want to have in my sweatshirt, man?
yes, sir. I wiped my nose with it. Hope you
That's
don't
all
mind.
Wear it either way.
You know my watch.
Yeah.
He does the same shit.
My son used to do that. He was bad at it too. Hey Dad, come here. What the?
Damn kids.
Use your phone. I don't want to.
Those are all the jalapeno ones. I'm
Oh, they
cooking the
are?
queso ones now.
Oh.
Yeah. So you got an option for round two, whichever one you want. But right now you just get a jalapeno.
Those are the ones. Man, if it was calm out, you'd see all these schools of shad. You'd see one right there,
Yeah.
one over there. It's really
Say, if
cool.
we had
Oh
any,
yeah.
if we had any water up there, I'd say let's catch them and take them for bait. But
Yeah, if this was a good fishing lake, you might catch something.
If not, the scenery's the best part.
Well, I don't care. I just got out. I like getting out.
everybody says when we get done.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
I just like scenery.
Driving home. One would have been nice.
Is that too much to ask for?
Right? I tried really hard.
Yeah. We're really putting forth the effort here.
I get to the point where I'm like, man, I really do suck at fishing. I don't even know why I fish.
Some people get frustrated.
Yeah.
Boy, they get real frustrated. Been guilty of that time or two.
Yeah, especially with flathead, and especially with guiding. If I skunk on a guide trip, I'd feel horrible.
Oh, I
you
bet.
know?
I'm the type of person I'd probably, I don't know, give half their money back or something. I'd feel so bad. But then on the other hand, if I paid for a guide trip, we didn't catch nothing, I'd understand. You know, it's fishing.
And I've only had one, and we actually did well. Got one flathead, probably 3 channel cat. And at the end, they were just kind of pissy. And I'm like, we had a great night. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys were expecting when you signed up for it, but you did better than most of my other guide trips. That's just central Iowa flathead fishing.
They from out of state?
Mm-hmm. They were, which I understand. They drove a long ways, but that's kind of what you sign up for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get one good fish a night, that's a good night.
It is.
You get your rare 3 to 6, you know, but those are very uncommon,
Yeah.
and grateful when they do happen, because they don't happen very often.
Been on those bites before, and they weren't no big fish. They're just smaller ones,
Yeah.
5, 15 pounders. Still, it's fun.
Oh, that's a blast.
You ever had a guy
For sure.
trip that the people were just jerks, or they've all?
No, luckily I have not. Luckily, every trip I've been on, I'd take them back. There's not been a single trip that, even
That's
the
good.
ones that got pissy, we had a blast.
Yeah.
And just maybe their expectations were a little different than reality. But I'd definitely take them back again.
Was it towards the end of their trip?
Yeah. Yep.
So they just really didn't want to go back home to their wives?
Yeah, that could be a possibility. That could be. There could be extenuating circumstances.
Just starts hitting them. This sucks. It's almost over. It's like a roller coaster ride.
Well, we got plenty more food, guys, so eat up. But I am working on the road, so anything that we don't eat is going to be my lunch for the rest of the week. That's why I'm grilling the rest of these brats.
There you go.
Do you get a big winter kill in the spring? Do they come up? Really?
Didn't hear.
Because 2 years ago, that lake that we were talking about that's back home that's so shallow,
Yeah.
I didn't know there was shad in it.
That's a fish.
That's fish.
Oh, he dropped it.
I didn't know there was shad in it. And I went there in the springtime just to walk around with the kids, and there was thousands of shad
Dead?
along the bank. Yeah. And they were too far gone to save for bait.
Yeah.
So this last spring I went back hoping to find them, and there wasn't a single one.
Really?
So I don't know if they completely died off
Huh.
or how they even got in there or what, but
Somebody walked out there and dropped them all along. I'm going to make them think they're shad in
yeah,
here. Are you snagged up?
I am.
That was definitely a fish. You say you got a jet drive, right?
Yes. It's a Honda 90, but it's a jet, so it's rated at 60 horsepower.
30 horsepower.
Yep. I think it's,
Anyways.
I forget the percentage. I think it's 15% reduction.
Wow.
I mean, it still gets up and goes, but when you're in 4 inches of water, speed isn't really that important.
Yeah.
just the ability to keep moving is.
Was that a nightcrawler that it hit?
Mm-hmm.
Break you off?
Yeah. Got me in that brush.
If I grabbed it and went back in there.
Probably.
I'm seeing more and more. More frequent. Oh, I was going to tell you. You say you have a problem with your GoPro overheating?
Yes. This 9.
Turn down the resolution.
Really?
Yeah. You know how you have a lot of options for resolution?
Yep.
Just your normal, what, 960, 1080, 920, 1080?
1080, yeah.
The normal one?
Yep.
It won't overheat as much.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems like the only time I have trouble is indoors doing a podcast. And it doesn't matter temperature indoors, it just seems to overheat. So that's the only time I've had an issue with it.
The only time I ever had an issue with mine was when I first got it. I was like, cool, I can make a high resolution thing, you know, whenever I'm standing outside in the sun, not a lot of breeze, and it overheated. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So instantly I get on the Google machine, you know, and I'm asking what's going on, and a lot of people say turn it down.
Turn it down and
Turn
it
it
works.
down, and I don't notice anything when I'm looking on my phone on better resolutions, unless you have a really crappy camera.
Yeah.
So I just leave it at that.
It's such a huge difference because I started with a 5. And that's why I still use sometimes. But the difference between the 5 and the 9 on resolution and picture quality is unheard of.
Oh yeah, the audio's way better too.
Yeah, which my 5 is getting old, of course. And that's why I bought the 9, because my audio on my 5 was staticky. Like you couldn't pick out a good. So even when I used the 5 video, I used the audio from the 9. Which I need to do more of.
Different
the
angles.
dual.
That's just adds to your editing.
It does.
Oh my
It
gosh.
definitely does. But if I want to make a go at it and
Yeah.
be a better videographer, I believe is the term,
Right?
then I've just got to do it. I've got to take the time and do it. And I think this year
Go all
ice
in,
fishing, I think this year at ice fishing, I'm gonna mess around with that a lot more, especially on my solo trips. I'm gonna take the big shack and set up 2 different cameras, and that way I can just practice. Cause I started my channel last December, and I was just waiting on June for the flathead, and then flathead sucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely sucked. So I was like, yeah. It's kind of like starting a guide service in the frickin' drought.
Right.
Just not the best business decisions, but it's been a blast. I've had a good time, and I'm learning as I go, and hopefully someday they'll get a little bit better.
The people you meet,
Yes. Anytime I meet a like-minded person that kind of has the same end result in mind, I definitely enjoy that.
Makes it nice.
Yes. Because, like you, we messed each other a few times, didn't know each other from anything, and I'm not sure there's a thing that we could do that we wouldn't get along.
Right.
We just think alike. Ed, he's really hard to get along with.
Yeah. I don't get along with anybody.
Never tell what he's thinking. Don't say.
Always interrupting you.
Yeah, can't get a word in.
Rude as hell.
Does anybody need anything else to eat?
No,
I'm good.
I appreciate
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm seeing way more fish. Like they're coming out of that.
I don't even have a line in the water right
I don't
now.
either.
I don't either.
Oh yeah, you.
None of us. We're on a fishing trip.
We're out fishing,
Nobody's fishing. No wonder we suck.
That's what I've been doing wrong.
This is not really science, guys.
It's not the lake, it's you.
I knew we were forgetting something.
I almost forgot my poles. Got in the truck, pulling out of the drive, and I might want those. Hell, I haven't been fishing for a while.
I went on a solo kayak trip probably a week ago, and I got about 45 minutes from my house before I realized I forgot my paddle.
Oh no.
So I'm like, there's a Walmart closer than it would be to drive
Right.
back to my house. So I now have a new cheap paddle so I can leave 2 behind next time instead of just 1.
I went out ice fishing one time and got out there, got all set up, got the heater going. I'm like, poles. It's like, oh my God. Luckily I was close enough I could call her and she brought them out.
Well, that's nice.
Tear all this shit back down.
It happens more than you'd like too. Man,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know if you get amped up or just kind of get
something.
one thing on your mind and just forget the little things.
I've found at work especially, I don't use my toolbox a whole lot anymore, but if my tools aren't where they need to be, I forget them.
Yeah.
I got certain tools I want to grab, but to do a job. I find that with my fishing equipment as well. If I don't put my fishing poles where they normally go, I have OCD like that. But anyway, I assume I have them. I assume
they're
they're
not
in the
there.
truck.
Yeah, they're not there. Where else would they be?
Yeah, I could see that, being one excuse, I guess. I don't know.
Turns out I was just lazy last time I went fishing.
Yeah. Which happens.
Yes. And I'm in the production of moving my fishing stuff to a different building because I've got an acreage with several buildings on it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm finishing one and moving stuff from one building to another and trying, the end result is to get everything organized so I don't have 12 of one thing and nothing of something else, because that's my problem. I just go out, I can't find it, I go out and buy it, and then I find 8 of them. So I need to minimize that.
I was just talking to a guy about that same thing. We were talking about putting screen. A coworker had his dog run through the screen door,
Yeah.
and so what do I need to do to replace that or whatever? Oh, get the thing. You need to get the tool, And another coworker, I got 3 of them because I couldn't find the other 2. Seems like he buys one every time he wants to replace the screen.
Yeah, because how often's that? It's years apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you end up with so much shit, you just get overwhelmed. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm sick of looking at it. I mean, but I don't want to get rid of none of it. But you have to force yourself to. At
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought my parents' acreage when they passed away, and there was 60 years of crap that just, he hadn't used it in 40, but he kept it. Trying to keep the light out of you guys' eyes, but at least light it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Keep the bugs over towards me and not you guys.
So is it kind of a pain in the ass to record and try fishing sometimes?
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's something I haven't mastered yet.
Especially if you're wearing, you know, the GoPro.
Yeah.
Turn everything on.
I don't know how many times I start the video mid-fight because I just forget about it.
Yep.
You know, I get so wrapped up in making sure that it's a good takedown and I do everything right to set the hook, and then I get it halfway to shore. I'm like, crap.
Yeah.
Let's hit record, shall we?
You got all the commentary in. That's where the second camera comes in.
Yes.
It catches that.
Yes.
You know?
And that's where I need to get more on top of that. 'Cause like I said, even my 5, if I don't use the audio at all, at least I got the picture of it, and then I could sub in the audio. Or
The first camera I bought was a 7. First day I bought it, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go flathead fishing. Never caught a big flathead in my life. Was out there for 20 minutes. Caught one, it was probably 32 pounds. Out of this little small hole, and I mean, I couldn't have put more F-bombs in, you know, a 30-second period. It was just terrible. But I couldn't believe it, how it all came together and it just worked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You could have done it 100 more times and never worked out that perfectly ever.
And then from that point, you just kind of figure, you learn, there's a lot of work involved
Yes.
in recording.
Especially to be consistent on whatever species and then document it the best that you can is something I've far from mastered. So, but someday, you know, I'm just going to keep working until I do. You know?
You just gotta
because I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think my problem, besides catching fish, would be keep talking. You know what I mean? Just you got to keep talking, because if I watch a video and they stop talking for, you know, a few minutes, it's like, well, this is boring.
I got something else to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to captivate.
And that's where editing comes in. You know, editing's huge to make it, you know, interesting to the audience. And I still haven't got that down either.
There's a lot of magic to it.
Yeah.
That's one of my goals, is to put a video out that has no fish in it, that is actually interesting. I mean, really, I've watched a lot of fishing YouTube videos and they've all had fish in them.
Yeah. Spencer's done quite a few where he's working on something or building something, but for his kayak set up.
DIY ones seem to be pretty popular.
Yeah.
They are.
Building a bait tank or,
Yeah.
you know, something like that. But
Yeah, because anymore, even my line of work, a car comes in and I'm not real sure right off the bat what's wrong with it. YouTube it.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
If it's a common problem, you're going to find it.
Yep.
You know?
That's for sure. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, just what a time saver that is.
Yeah.
You don't have to jump through 18 steps of diagnosis. You can skip
I
to
remember
number
when I was
19.
younger, I used to have to walk through the library to get a Chilton. You know, check
Yeah.
out a Chilton and walk back and fix the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can just find all that online now.
It is. It's crazy.
Kind of crazy.
Encyclopedias and
Yeah.
dictionaries. My dad's still got a whole set of encyclopedias. You ever look at those? No.
Absolutely
So we
not.
got them out. We're looking at birds and stuff, you know.
They're actually pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got my son involved.
Make great paperweights.
Yeah.
Take up a whole freaking shelf.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Got the whole volume of 28 of them.
And they could be 20 years old and not much has changed in those 20 years.
Yeah.
That information's still freaking true.
Don't want to be the
Toss
one to
them
do
up
it
there.
because of the, oh, you're catching fish. You're going to save me for the rest of us.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
That sounds like you.
It sounds like
Take me home. This is dumb.
a lot of people I go out fishing with. Except for my brother, he doesn't care anymore. He just, I don't care, catch fish.
Yeah, catch them up.
Some people is like, will you stop? This is getting annoying.
I've always viewed fishing as a team sport.
Yes.
You know, if you're catching, good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, what can I learn from it?
Yeah, just watch them.
Well, some people really get pissed though. If you're fishing with them and you catch more fish
Yeah,
than it,
they sure
get
do.
mad.
Yeah. I've had strangers give me the stink eye.
I can't help you, suck.
Right? Shaking their head, just looking over, pack up their stuff and walk away.
Not like I'm snagging or
Yeah.
something. If I was snagging them, I'd understand. I'm just catching fish.
Snagging used to be illegal here in Iowa.
Certain species, like you can snag carp, and you can snag.
Like gar,
Yeah,
shad.
yeah.
I thought you couldn't like purposely snag at all.
No, there's like the rough fish, you can legally snag.
So you can just go out and snag all kinds of fish, but the ones that you can't keep, you have to let go.
You have to let go. Yeah.
Huh.
So you can, put a treble hook in a 70-pound flathead, and
Right?
as long as you let him go, you
Yeah.
aren't doing anything wrong. Which I don't agree with.
I know. No way. Snag a lot of rocks.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm a master at snagging rocks.
Yeah, 1,500-pound trees. Those are great.
That's me. If there's a tree around, I'll usually get it.
Couple cinder block sunnies.
I prefer the wood that's in the current, so you're thinking it's a fish for a while.
At least it's moving. When you catch somebody else's line and it's slipping and grabbing, I got one.
Get the net, boys!
Man, all three of them guys got a bite at the same time.
Well, I'm gonna get cleaned up and fish a little longer. But Cory, I want to thank you for taking us out on your boat.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an awesome boat, man, and good catching up with you again.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make this more common. I'll come down this winter and fish a little bit, or
Yeah, we'll head up north.
yeah,
There's a lot of good lakes up there.
there definitely
Nice
is.
fish.
And Ed, good luck on your knee surgery, bud.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
I can't wait till you're back to 100%. Just makes
Yeah.
life a hell of a lot easier.
Oh, you're not even 100% now. You will be 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
yeah, it'd be awesome. I know when I put off my back surgery for years, and I wish I'd have done it 7-8 years earlier, because it's like shaving 10 years off my body.
Yeah.
It just felt amazing.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything works out for you, and by ice fishing season you're ready to go.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm hoping to have it all taken care of by then.
So we'll get out. But
Yeah, definitely.
those of you guys that are still watching, you guys need to find something better to do. But I appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll see you next week with the video. Have a good week.